Good morning and happy Tuesday all. Today I'm going to do a little segment called Liberal Logic. You're going to be shocked by some of these questions and the answers that the liberals have. All right, so this is going to be very interesting, and I think a lot of you are going to be shocked, to be honest. I was shocked at some of these questions, answers, and just I don't even know what to call it. But, I mean, after you see some of this, remember that some of these people actually vote, right? And speaking of voting, here's what some liberals think on voter ID laws.
Would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
Now, this interview was in California, right? And don't worry, there's a lot more to come. But this kid literally thinks that black people don't know how to get to a DMV, and there's no DMVs near them. Like, where does he think they live? Does he think they're hanging out in Africa still? Like, what is going on in his mind?
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Or in other words, this man thinks that black people cannot afford the internet.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed. I also think there's a repression of black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the African Americans.
I mean, it's wild, right? And it's not just the kids that think this, or the adults that are going to college. It's also the people that they vote for. I shared this clip before, but I'm going to share it again because it blends right into this. So here is a New York governor.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them.
And I mean, she backtracked later on. She's like, no, I didn't mean it. She meant it. She said it on live TV, and you could see the gears just turning in her head as she's saying this stuff. I mean, she reminds me of Kamala Harris. You know, the gears are turning, but there's nothing going on back, behind those dead eyes of her, those dead Democrat eyes. I mean, these people are peddling this information to their voters, and it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? But they keep on getting elected because the same people that are voting for them, the bane of our existence, which is the white liberal, they also believe that black people can't and don't know how to get identification. They can't afford the internet, and they're all felons, They also just can't answer basic questions.
Quarter of an hour, 20 minutes?
20 minutes, there you go. So if I say I'm gonna meet you 5:15, what time would that be?
5:20.
What is 3 cubed?
3 cubed is 9.
How long is a quarter of an hour?
25 minutes.
Okay. So if I say I'll meet you 9:15, what time would that be?
9:15, 9:25.
9:20. Okay.
There's no really big difference between the two. There's no difference between the men and women. I mean, there is a difference, but it's not such a difference that there should be. Can you pan to Dave? You think there's not really a big difference between me and Dave over there? I mean, there is a difference, but I don't think it's as much as people are led to believe.
I mean, I have to take a minute real quick to tear into this young man here. I mean, if you could call it a young man, that is a sorry individual. I mean, first of all, he's got a body like a melted Lego, or body looking like a bag of hammered dog crap. I mean, the young man looks like he's the reason everyone around him needs therapy. He's definitely the kind of guy that if you tell him Monday's right around the corner, he'll look. He'll never be the man his mom is. He seems to be very well educated in stuff that he makes up. But all in all, I'd really like to take this opportunity to thank this man for publicly humiliating himself.
I'll admit, yes, there is a difference. Yes, absolutely. But I feel like they overly exaggerate it to such a degree in order to foster a sense of fear and concern when it is nowhere near that level. There's hardly any trans athletes as it is, and yet they make them public enemy number one.
How many states are in the United States?
There's 48 if you count Alaska, 49.
Good.
Okay.
That's exactly the answer I was looking for.
Since you're the Democratic Women's Club, can you answer this question and set Trump straight? What is a woman?
I can't answer that question. I don't know how to answer that question.
Democratic Women's Club.
Right.
Why do we celebrate the 4th of July? I don't really know. Why do we celebrate the 4th of July?
Celebrate the independence of our nation.
Our independence?
It's our Independence Day.
Independence Day.
For the independence of America.
Why is the year 1776 significant?
The U.S. 1776? I have no idea.
Oh. What's the significance of 1776?
Is that when Columbus sailed the ocean blue?
I mean, it's funny and it's scary all at the same time, because these are the same people that are getting out of high school without the ability to read above an 8th grade level. They're then going into college, signing a 21% interest rate on their loan while getting a degree in underwater basket weaving. These are the same people that despise the military because they get to utilize the Montgomery GI Bill or the post 9/11 bill, right? These people have the gall to call Trump supporters or Republicans dumb, while simultaneously the only way that they know how to do their research is Google and MSNBC. I mean, if that's not liberal logic, I don't know what is. All right, I hope you guys liked this segment of Liberal Logic. If you did, please like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're terrified for the future of this country. I'm not. I feel like we're going to go in the right direction. But yeah, other than that, get outside on this beautiful Tuesday. Get some sun. Don't forget that sunblock. Don't drink too much if you do. Also, hydrate and change your socks. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.